What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. Now, when last we met, I was in Reno, Nevada, and now I'm in Denver, Colorado, starting a new 34-hour prison sentence. There's not much to say in this intro. We're just gonna get right into the video. I went from Reno to Las Vegas all on one highway, Highway 95, and I got some of the sights. There's a lot of it. Most of it is just open desert and boring. Nothing, no towns, nothing to look at. But as usual, some interesting stuff happened along the way, and we'll get into that. So why wait anymore? Let's get started. Okay, so I'm at this delivery, but I'm kind of facing the wrong way. I could blindside back it, but this truck, that truck, is preventing me from having enough room for my cab to swing around. So I gotta come into the next people's area, hook a U-ey, parking lot U-turn here, which I also don't have enough room for, but we'll make it work. So I'm gonna stop cutting right here and start driving straight to open up the trailer. Cause see, the trailer and the truck are, kind of jackknifed a little bit. So when you cut back the other way, we call it opening up, because I have to back up again to complete this U-turn. So now I'm at right about there, is just less than 90 degrees. You don't want to go past 90 degrees, the truck and the trailer I'm talking about. All right, let's do it without hitting the curb. We did it. All right. Now, here comes this guy. Let me guess, you're coming my way, sir? Well, what do you want me to do? Guess who's gonna win this battle every time? Now remember, I have that truck on my other side. I see him. All right, I'm nowhere near that truck, I'm good. So I want my wheels to follow the line that they're on now. Straight, straight, straight. And then start to hook it right about now. Hook, 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 cut, cut, cut. Okay, this load that I have is kind of heavy. Check this out. You see the weight is just at 45,000 pounds. That's pretty heavy. So what I would do is I check my suspension gauge on the dash. See how it says 51 PSI? Just from testing it out and experience, that 51s means I'm close to my tractor drive axles being close to legal weight. Does that make sense? They can't be more than 34,000 pounds. I know that when my suspension is at 51, I'm close, but I also know that I'm under. And the second thing I got going for me is that we're in Nevada and there's no scales on my route, so I don't have to worry about getting weighed. But we're gonna weigh it just in case, just to make sure, so stand by. Okay, so here I am, pilot in Fernley, Nevada, to get weighed. Some truck stops, most truck stops are big, you could get in and out easy. Some of them are tight. You see this one? It's just a traffic jam almost all the time when you come here. And some drivers just love to stop in the middle of the lane for no reason, and then you try to go around them, and that's when they're ready to take off. I hope I don't do that unknowingly or unwittingly. Maybe I do, but I don't think I do. But anyway, and after one obstacle clears, here comes the next one. There's Melton Truck Lines, that blue flatbed. Turns out he's going to get weighed too, so he jumps on the scale. And look to the left, JCT. Man, it just seems like everywhere I go is JCT. How many guys did you keep up last night, JCT? Anyway, Melton's getting weighed, so I get in line behind him. And look at this white truck to the right. Why? A lot of guys have pictures of men on their truck. I don't know. Who is this man that you love so? Like, I like Drew Brees, okay? But I ain't putting his picture on my truck. I mean, Maybe somebody can explain that to me. I don't know. Okay, pull on the scale and open the app. There's a Cat app called Weigh My Truck. Cat is the company that does the scales. It knows which one I'm at. See how it says Fernley? I'm sorry it's blurry, y'all. I don't know why it turned out that way. But anyway, you put your trailer number, and all of the rest of the information is saved, like your credit card and your license number and all of that. It's $12.50. You hit accept. It processes the payment. Once that's complete, it shows you your weight. So steer axle 12,420, drive axle 32,840, trailer axle 31,360, gross weight 76,620 pounds. So I'm good on all three axles and my gross. And this is what it looks like. It's 3 sections. The scale is divided. So you have your steers, your drives, and your trailer. Each one is being weighed independently of one another because the scale is broken down into 3 sections. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. Okay, what's next? If you don't have the app, you can just press the call button and somebody inside the store will assist you. Now, I decided to get some fuel, so I'll pull around and get back into the madness. See, we got RV Guy. They love being around big trucks. I think it makes them feel cool or something. Then I got Car Hauler. I think he's trying to pull forward so he can back in. It turns out he's just part of the traffic jam too, because we got Bison coming this way. See that brown truck? Bison. Around here, though, like in Utah and South Dakota, North, they say bison. But you know what? They say seagull instead of seagull. So what do they know? Hey, JCT, you're always there, buddy. So now I'm facing the wrong way coming out. So I got to swing it real wide to try to get my trailer straight. But I'm on the end other than that one other lane. So whatever. We made it work. So after getting weighed, I had to hit the highway. This is Highway 95 in Nevada. Remember, I'm going from Reno to Las Vegas. Most of this highway is just what you're looking at. 2 lanes with open desert. Now, there are some natural landmarks, some nice mountains, some lakes, believe it or not, some other scenery. And you do cross through small towns here and there like, Tonopah, Goldfield, Mina, Lunning, stuff like that. But for the most part, it's open highway, just what you're looking at. You might see a little crossroads with a building on it like we're passing right now, but pretty much that's it. And people ask me, Jay, what do you do when you're driving? Well, most of the time, nothing. No music, no podcasts, no audiobooks, just silence. Just the sound of the road and the sound of the engine and the thoughts going on in my head. Now, I know 7.5 hours is a lot of time for thoughts going in your head, but hey, I think a lot. What can I say? One thing I hate about getting stuck on a 2-lane highway is when there's a guy in front of you going slow. Well, I got a truck driver behind me. He just caught up to me, and I know he's going faster than me. So I want to get him around me because I don't want to hold him up. He's got somewhere to be, but it's really hard to pass because he's got to come into oncoming traffic. So what I do is I wait till it's safe for him to pass, and then what I'll do is kind of ease over to the shoulder. There's not much of a shoulder. It's just I ease over and slow down so that he can quickly get around me, because otherwise it would take him forever. He's on me, so he's letting me know like he wants to get around me. So together we can make this happen. All right, after this truck should be it. So now I'm gonna put my blinker on, start slowing down, let it go around. Come on in, Arc Best. All right, so now he can get over. He'll probably flash his lights to thank me. He didn't even flash. Hey, man. The least you could do is, look, truck drivers, they flash their tail light. We have a button on the steering wheel. I'll show you. Maybe y'all can see that. It flashes the tail lights, and that's how we thank each other. I didn't have to let this guy through, man, or around me. The least he could have did was, I don't regret it, but I want my thank you flash. Man, oh well. Okay, I gotta explain what y'all are about to watch. I wanted to tell a story, do story time, but I had this guy tailgating me. And so, of course, it turns into a trucker rant. But the guy is behind me, tailgating me forever, finally passes me, and what happens next? I had been driving at 70 miles an hour down this highway for hours and hours and hours. This guy comes up behind me, eventually passes me, presumably because he wants to go faster than 70. Y'all, just watch. Just watch. Well, I got a little story time for y'all. I was thinking about why, I don't know, truck drivers helping other truck drivers. I was in Oregon one time at some little independent truck stop right off of Interstate 5. I can't think of the name right now, but I'll put it on the screen when I think of it later when I'm editing. And it was, I don't know, 7 o'clock or something like that, and I was in the truck. I had my curtains drawn, and all of a sudden I hear, every, I don't know, 1 minute would go by, and I would hear a truck horn right next to me. And in a minute, another, I'm like, there's a Swift driver next to me, this lady driver, and I'm like, what is she doing? I look out the curtains. There's a Werner driver, which is another mega carrier, trying to back in next to her passenger side. And he's set up with a really bad angle. I've told y'all in past videos, if you can set up great, it's going to be an easy back. But if you set up wrong, you're screwed. So he keeps almost, come on, man, pass me up. Nobody's coming for 6 miles. There's nobody, just pass me up. Grow some balls. Jeez Louise. That's why I didn't slow down to let him in. Man, look, if you can't help yourself, I ain't gonna help you. Honda Element. I used to own a Honda Element. Come on, get in. Where was I? Back to my story. Man, you just bet there's nobody coming. Just go. You know, if you want it bad enough, you gotta take it. Anyway, so he keeps almost hitting her. That's why she would blow the horn every minute. He'd pull forward, come back, she'd blow the... So finally I'm like, well, obviously she would rather blow the horn at the guy than just help him out, which I don't understand. So, oh no, this guy that just passed me, he's now going slower. He slowed down. Are you kidding me? No way. I've been doing 70 miles an hour for I don't know how long. He passes me up. Alright, dude, don't make me lose it, man. Don't pass me up. This isn't happening. Maybe just because we're in a curve and he's scared of curves. No way. All right, dude, straight away, it's time to speed up. You passed me up, presumably to go faster than 70 miles an hour, right? Are you kidding me? Why would you pass me up and slow down? This is not happening. There's no way. He slowed down to 64 miles an hour. I've been doing 70 for 2 hours straight. I don't know what. All right, back to my story. The Swift lady wouldn't get out and spot the guy to help him out. She would rather just sit there and blow the horn at him. So I got out. First of all, to help the guy, but also to shame her a little bit. Like, come on, lady, you're just gonna sit there smoking your cigarettes, blowing it. Just help him. It's so stupid. So I got out. And I'm like, all right, man, you're gonna have to pull forward and get a better angle because you'll never get it from here. Turns out it was this young guy right out of CDL school. He was from somewhere in West Africa. He's like, okay, thank you for help, you know. I'm not gonna try to do the accent, I can't do it. So he tried, wanted to, still couldn't get it in. I was like, man, I hate to tell you, but you're on such a bad angle, you can't recover from this. You're gonna have to drive around and just start over. I'll wait here and reserve your spot while you drive around. I'll make sure nobody parks here. Drive around and when you come in, do it like this. And he just looked at me. He unbuckles his seatbelt. He goes, will you do it for me? He was so nervous. He had that lady blowing the horn at him. He's just, you know, everybody's staring at you. You get nervous, you know. You got all these grumpy old truck drivers laughing at you to themselves. I was like, you want me to, he sat in the passenger seat. Will you do it? I was like, now I felt bad. I couldn't say no, although I should have said no. You're never gonna learn if I do it for you. You know, give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. But I said, all right, I'll do it. So I got in, and he's like, thank you so much. So we drove around, and I got in, and you know, he was very grateful. He goes, how long have you been driving? I said, whatever. And I said, how about you? He goes, 2 weeks. Like, 2 weeks! You know, I guess he had just gotten out of CDL school and Werner hired him and stuck him out on the road. He's completely ill-prepared to do this, you know, because it was not a difficult spot to get in, by the way. I see my little Honda Element drove off, so I blew the horn at him and it worked. But why would you slow down to 64 miles? And these people, man, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been this way, but there's a property, it might be that one. I think the people are from Louisiana. Look, Boiling Pot Road. Man, it's just something about that, because we boil seafood. You know, they call it the boiling pot. I just get the feeling that if I go back there's gonna be a bunch of coon asses from back home. You know, I walk up and they say, can I help you? Yeah. Are y'all from Louisiana? Me, yasha. Me, how you knew that? Well, I just had a feeling. Probably because of that sign that said Boiling Pot Road. Me, yasha, come on in, we'll pass a good time. I should explain to my non-Louisiana viewers, I'm trying to mimic that Cajun accent from Terrebonne and Lafourche Parish and some of the stuff they might say, like, me, yasha, you know, we'll pass a good time. And also, to my non-Louisiana viewers, a coon ass is not, you know, a derogatory term. It's just a term for a Cajun. And it's either said with affection, like, you know, if your friend, oh yeah, you know, he's just another coon ass like me. You know, it's either said with affection, or it could be if you're mad at somebody, yeah, that old stupid coon ass from down the road, you know. But it's not, you know, it's not like a racial slur or anything like that. It's just really a term of endearment, if you will. Look at this horse. He's just walking around kind of strutting, man. What you strutting for, bud? He's looking over his shoulder. Oh, he's scratching his neck. They have a fence. And he's got his neck. He's walking along the fence, but with his head turned to scratch his chin or his throat on the... I hope he's just scratching it. He might be like, I had enough of this guy. It all ends today. And no trip down Highway 95 is complete without passing by a good old Nevada brothel. Now, the convenience store next door has a sign in the bathroom that says, no washing body parts in bathroom. Use the showers next door. This is called the Alien Cathouse brothel. Free tours, hot girls, and cold beer. I wonder if the women dress as aliens, and maybe they have whiskers painted on their faces, and maybe they wear cat ears or something. I don't know. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna make pasta alla Puttanesca in honor of the Alien Cathouse brothel. Puttanesca is prostitute, and it was invented in Naples, Italy, or Napoli, in the brothels. So we're tying it all together, y'all. So pasta alla puttanesca. It's last time I did a cooking demonstration, I used capers and olives. That was a shorthand version of this. This is the real version, or the long form version. All I'm actually doing is adding 2 more ingredients. Actually, it's a different dish. I had wine and butter. It's a different dish. All right, let's get started. First thing is I have some water boiling. I'm gonna add salt to it. And now we're gonna add the spaghetti. Remember I said like about a quarter? This is way more than a quarter. This is a 50-cent, this is a dollar piece, but I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day, so let's add the pasta. Okay, pasta's going. Now, we're gonna add some anchovies. I had the heat a little too high, so I took the pan off. I got a question the last time about putting the pasta right in the pan. So here's the deal. If you're making a batch sauce, like a big pot of spaghetti sauce, then you wouldn't put the pasta in it. If you're making a single serving sauce, then it's okay to finish the pasta in the pan that you're cooking in. Got it? Okay, anchovies are done. Next, I've got some capers rinsed off and some Kalamata olives. I've got whole peeled tomatoes that we're gonna crush with a potato masher. And now we're gonna add that to our dish. Okay, now that we got everything going, we just have to wait for the pasta to finish cooking off. I'm gonna add a little seasoning to the pan, and then we'll finish it up. All right, I've let it cook down. Now it's time to finish everything off. Now that it's all set, we can plate up. Remember last time I told y'all about mantecatura? Put a little bit of butter at the end. It just kind of makes everything shine, and of course adds a little bit more flavor. So here we go, thinly sliced pats of butter. Put that in there, mix it up, let it melt, and we're ready to eat. So here's the finished plate. Burning my hands, so I had to put a towel under it. Let's try it out. It's a quick, easy dish. It tastes really good. It's pretty healthy, unless you count the carbs from the pasta. But this is so easy on a work night. And when it's all said and done, this is the quote-unquote sauce. You see how the butter kind of gives it a shine? It thickens it ever so slightly, just a little bit. But it just kind of brings everything together. And yeah, that sauce is really good. It took almost no time to make. And as far as that sauce, if you had a nice piece of buttery bread to dip that in, oh, it's so good. But anyway, I didn't have it because I was just in town for 10 hours and then right back on the road. A little thing before I leave. My last video, I told a story about the woman with no teeth and no legs. Well, y'all remember my friend Todd from the intervention video? He called me right when he saw it. He goes, I can't believe it. When I was in high school, there was this girl with no legs in a wheelchair. And so I felt bad for her, and there was this dance coming up. So I asked her to the dance, and she said yes. So the night of the dance, I go knock on the door, ring the doorbell, go to pick her up. Her dad answers, and he's very grateful. He goes, hey, I really appreciate you doing this, whatever. Just have her back by 10 or whatever. So they go to the dance, have a good time. And then after the dance, he's bringing her home, and she says, hey, it's still early. Why don't we just go hang out somewhere? They have like a little park up here. So they go to the park, and he's wheeling her around, and they had the jungle gym section. And she goes, hey, take me by the monkey bars. And he says, okay. And she goes, pick me up and hang me on the... So she's hanging from the monkey bars. She goes, all right, now you can have your way with me. Well, ever the opportunist, Ty goes, all right, and wears himself out. Goes back, puts her in the car, brings her back home, wheels her up to the door, rings the doorbell. Dad comes, and she rolls in the house, and the dad goes, look, man, I really appreciate it. Most guys just leave her hanging. You get it? Anyway, so that's it for this video. I do have a little lanyard for you. I had some frozen foods that I tried, but it's a little interesting, especially one of them, because, well, I'm not going to tell you. Just stick around after my sign off and you'll see. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you watch the next one. And until then, this is Jason signing out. So it's dinner time. Now, I went to Target yesterday in Denver and bought some frozen meals. Now, the brand is called Sweet Earth. They probably only sell at Target. I bought 2, and I prepared 2. One of them, cauliflower mac and cheese. You know how I'm a fool for Brussels sprouts? I think I like cauliflower even more than Brussels sprouts. And I love mac and cheese. This is what it looks like. It doesn't look very good. But I'm going to let y'all know before you waste your money on Sweet Earth cauliflower mac and cheese from Target. For a dish that's called cauliflower mac, it doesn't taste anything like cauliflower or mac and cheese. The cauliflower tastes like a new vegetable. Maybe this is European cauliflower. Is this supposed to be healthy for you or something? Yeah, total fat, 10 grams. Cholesterol, 0. Sodium, 460. Total carbs, 45. Protein, 9 grams. So it's like low fat. All right. Remember when I made pasta alla Puttanesca? Guess what I found? Sweet Earth pasta Puttanesca. Mine was delicioso. Let's see about Sweet Earth. The bar is low based off the cauliflower mac. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's got olives in it, so anything with olives, you're going to smell and taste the olives. It looks like black olives, maybe Kalamata olives. I do see a caper in here. And these chunks, what is this a chunk of? Meat? Or tomato? It's meat. That doesn't taste like meat. This is terrible. It's just the textures are so bad, this meat product. So I am not a foodie or a gourmet of any... What was that? I heard a noise. These are not good. Sweet Earth, pasta Puttanesca, and cauliflower mac. I'm gonna go with 2 thumbs down. Now I gotta eat this crap.